Hey, welcome to the Trash Puppy channel. This is your host, The Download. This channel is all about financial investments, cryptocurrency, and conspiracy theory. If you like my content, please hit the subscribe button. Today's video is all about Tonix Pharma, ticker symbol Tnxp. This stock has been making some waves, especially after their latest filing to raise more capital. Naturally, this caused a panic among retail investors like myself, who are concerned about share dilution and the impact on price. Not to worry, this is the Trash Puppy channel, and I'm here to set the record straight. But a little housekeeping. This channel is only for educational purposes. It's how I research stocks. It is not investment advice. Let's get right into it then. Currently, Tonix Pharma is trading at 62 cents. In aftermarket trading, it dropped to 52 cents, down 15%. Much of this selling is due to their SEC filings on Friday announcing plans to raise more money. Filing involves a $250 million capital raise. First thing I look at is the actual filing, the 8K, filed on Friday the 20th. And one thing to note is the underwriting company is Brownstein Hyatt Farber. This is a powerhouse of corporate attorneys and DC lobbyists. Extremely powerful, extremely reputable, and very well known. It's good company to have shared interest and share risk in Tonix Pharma. Next, let's talk about the downside. What's the downside? Well, you could lose all your money. That's what this language around par value is. It means that this is the risk. You could lose your ass. What's the upside? Well, they're trying to raise $250 million or more for the company, depending how the stock performs. So that's the AK. The next important piece is the 424B, which is the prospectus. So in this prospectus, you'll note that they've actually already announced the $150 million capital raise from July 30th, earlier this year. So again, this capital raise is an additional $100 million at any time they would like. So it's not for 250, it's only for additional $100 million. And this is why I believe the raise won't impact the price as much as many of you are fearing. Those of you that are not familiar with this company, Tonix Pharma produces a couple different products. The most important is called TNX102. It is a drug that treats fibromyalgia, which impacts around 10 million US adults. That's the addressable market. And what is TNX SL102? There's some haters out there always in my DM telling me that this drug's no different than Flexerol. To this particular hater, yes, you're right. It is Flexerol, but with a important added ingredient that delays its release, making it a completely different application and just a whole new beast. Okay? This particular hater also likes to inform me fibromyalgia is not a real disease. Well, go tell that to Lady Gaga and Morgan Freeman, two celebrities that suffer from this particular disease. Another important filing, the 13GA, it is a filing with SEC when an entity gains more than 5% of controlling interest in a company. In this case, it's a hedge fund, Armistice Capital. Armistice Capital, owned by Stephen Boyd, holds the many large companies in the biopharma and healthcare space. So again, this makes me feel very good as the average investor to have shared interest with Armistice Capital. Lastly, what's the big picture? Well, I like to go to the finance. What exactly is this capital raise about? What is it for? I like to go to the financials for that. I like to start first with their balance sheet, just so I know how much cash they have on hand. And looking at the balance sheet, it looks like they keep an average of $30 million on hand. So that's not a lot, because how much are they actually burning? Well, that's where we go to the P&L. And for the quarter prior, they're burning $20 million. This is their over expense. This is overhead. So $28 million will probably last them 6 months at the most. So that's concerning, and that is the reason why they need to raise more capital and fast. I believe this company is still extremely undervalued. And looking at their P&L, I can tell this is their current outstanding shares, and this is their net loss for 3 quarters. So based on that data, I have prepared my own P&L and my own projections for the company, and I can tell you that they're getting closer to profitability. A couple notes, my assumptions for their revenue is a mere $11 million. They already have $7.5 million in revenue booked from a viable product that they've called SimTouch Zen Brace. So this is not a startup with no revenue. Another revenue number I like to point out right here, $4 million. Where is this from? They all have a contract with the federal government, not for much, for $34 million. This grant income column right here, this is my projection of their income from this contract, around $4 million. 100. I made some assumptions around their costs, and here's a critical number I want to point out: grant income. Tonix Pharma has a small federal contract worth around $34 million. And usually these federal contracts is very strong revenue. They usually are payout increments. And I anticipate they will probably be paid $4 million for the first year, with more payouts coming in 2026, 27, 28, beyond. With those assumptions, and also increasing the share by the capital raise, I'm actually getting a lower net loss per share. Again, with the capital raise, I am getting a lower net loss per share, and they're almost to profitability. These are my reasons why I believe that this dilution of share and capital raise won't impact the stock price much. You've heard it here first on the Trash Puppy channel. If you like my content, please hit the subscribe button.